I think I did. What's going on out there, YouTube fam? This is Sammy Leggett here, representing Team JVS, back here again for another review for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is a really good episode. I was very surprised how much I actually really enjoyed it, because they tackled some things I didn't think they would. But you got the Star-Spangled Man is the name of this episode. The introduction to Isaiah Bradley. If you know who he is, then you know that this is big. This is really big. And one of the things I can say about this episode without spoiling anything, this is a non-spoiler review. We're going to do our spoiler-free review with Lucas. Is that legacy, like the legacy of the Shield, like the introduction of John Walker, the new Captain America, what he stands for, who he is. You're getting the fresh perspective of kind of what kind of guy he is, what kind of character he is, way he carries himself, why he does what he does, and his close friend is quite close to him. And then you get some very interesting details from things that Bucky knew that even Cap didn't even know, and circumstances that Bucky has put himself in that Sam didn't know. In addition to that, there was a moment in this episode, and I speak from as a person of color, as a Black man, that I am very pleased how they handled the moment. There's a moment where Bucky and Sam go to Baltimore, Maryland. They go to a specific neighborhood, go to a specific spot. And the verbiage from the moment that Sam gets there, as well as Bucky, is very interesting. Like, it's very visceral, it's very real, it's very important. From a conversation that Sam has with the young little kid to the conversation that they have with Isaiah, and even the aftermath conversation, the aftermath of that with Sam and Bucky is essentially way more important. And then what happens after, like the moments in Baltimore, Maryland are probably some of the best and the most surprising. This is the thing I knew going into the first episode, that this is so much more engaging and reminiscent of the foundational things why I love the Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier delved into certain human elements and conversation and down to earth things that make this whole importance of this shield foundationally so much more pivotal. And there's also a conversation that happens later on that I thought was really good. And then again, I mean, I say all that to say there are moments in this episode that are kind of weird and cheesy, like the banter between Sam and Bucky is just, it's cheesy, it's cringy, but it's funny. Like, I think part of that is because Sebastian Stan is a really good actor, and Anthony Mackie is really good as Falcon. Like, they do riff off of each other very well, and I think this is the first time I've realized I'm engaged in this show. Like, the moments that I felt like were really lacking, like they were having like these stupid conversations, on the side right before a mission, and just taking it willy-nilly, like just being like random Marvel heroes, just kind of doing this. I was like, but I enjoyed their conversations, right? And so it's like, even when they're doing like action moments, I enjoy the action moments because the action moments are good. But foundationally, because I'm invested in them, it makes it better. So when they are helping each other, when they're saving each other, when they're going at each other, there's something to build on here, right? And there's some interesting things that happen between Walker, the people that they visit, the circumstances of what's going on. Like, I suspect that what's actually going on is something that I can't spoil it. I don't necessarily think that the bad guys that we think is the bad guys are necessarily the bad guys. There's something else at work here. There's something else at play, and I don't know how it's gonna flesh out. but it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. And I do theorize that by the end of this, we're gonna have a totally different Captain America. If this episode didn't cement that more, then I don't know what will. In addition to the fact of something that I didn't realize about Walker that I was kind of like, oh, why in the world they do that? What in the world is going on here? So we'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this review. I'll talk to you guys later. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Stay tuned until next time we talk about more from the Falcon and Winter Soldier. This is a really great episode. I leave it a 10 out of 10. I actually really enjoyed it.